Hi everyone, and welcome back to Blueprint DIY, where we remake our clothes to be just as unique as us. All right, so I'm so excited to be back. And if you saw my last video, then you know that I have been traveling a lot. So this weekend, I'm going back to Hawaii, and I wanted to make something for the trip. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to make, but then I thought I love upcycling denim, and you guys love when I upcycle denim. And a tote bag or a beach bag is something you can never go wrong with. So I thought maybe you guys would like to see that, and that's what we're gonna do. So I have two pairs of jeans. They're actually pretty short pairs of jeans. So it's nothing I was gonna wear. I bought them for upcycling probably at the outlet, and we're gonna use these. I have my little sketch here. This one is inspired by this image right here that I saw on Pinterest. You guys know I love going on Pinterest for inspiration, and I just sketched out the dimensions that I want to use. Is going to be a really simple pattern that you can make yourself. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to do is cut these to figure out how much denim I actually have. I want them to be kind of like slightly patchwork, but not like super patchwork, just like similar to the inspiration. This is supposed to be a quick bag. Now I have some booty shorts left. We'll see if Bay lets me wear these. We're gonna see. But at this point, we have the jeans, and I'm gonna cut on the seam that is not the flat fail seam. And the reason I'm cutting that seam is because I want to keep the flat fail seam. I want to hold on to that to use it as a detail. The issue with that is that because it curves, once you open that up, it's not going to make a flat piece of material. So hopefully we can get 16 inches. That is pretty darn flat, but even still, I don't even think I'll need to have 16 inches because we are doing the patchwork. So what I've decided to do is do top and bottom. So since the width of both of these is at least 16, we're going to do this for the width of the bag because I need more than 16 actually, because I want it to fray. I'm going to use a seam ripper to take these apart. And then I'm going to cut these the longest length they can be flat before it starts to get warped, and each one, and then I'm going to alternate and put them together in one long length, and hopefully that will give me 41. All right, so now we're gonna take these two pieces and cut them square, and then sew them together. Then we have one long piece. I'm actually gonna serge the inside seams, and then take it to the ironing board. All right, so I have my long piece. I'm gonna fold it in half and see if I can square it off. And I'm just gonna make it as wide as I can. I think I have a little less than 18 inches. So I'm gonna try to keep as much of it as possible. All right, now we need some 9-inch by 16-inch pieces. I'm gonna start from the middle. Now, should I have made these curve? All right, so now we have a curve. All right, so now we're going to take this over to the sewing machine, and we're gonna sew this with an exposed seam. I'm going to sew it twice because I want to make sure that one seam, the inside seam is for the bag to keep the bag closed. The outside seam is so that the fray does not fray past a seam. It has a seam to go to so that the inside seam does not start to come open and your bag fail. Okay, the first one I'm gonna do at 5/8 inch seam allowance. That's gonna be the inside one. All right, so I have that seam in. I was able to do the curve pretty well without getting any extra like puckers or anything like that. So I'm happy with that. All right, and this excess will get cut away at the end. Remember, I didn't do it exactly 41. Cutting extra and then cutting off for me is the best bet. Trying to cut exact, it almost never works for me for some reason. All right, now I'm gonna do the outside stitch. All right, so I am leveling off the bag. What I did was I have it folded so it's really flat. And I measured the low side. It's 15 inches. So I'm gonna measure this other side, make it 15 inches, add a pin, and then I'm just gonna cut straight across. Now I just need straps. 26 inches for my straps. Just a 4.5 inch. All right, so we're gonna make 2 straps, sew those together, do these, and then we are going to have 2 straps. I'm going to let one edge fray because I already was gonna let the ends fray once I cut that straight. I was already gonna let the ends fray, so the edge is gonna fray too. I might cut this off and let both edges fray. We'll see. So now we can attach the straps. I'm gonna take the denim straps and place them evenly onto the bag and then secure them with clips. I do think that this would have probably been better if I had done it with pins, and I did go back and pin it because it just makes it more secure when you're trying to sew both sides. And then I'm going to turn the bag over to the other side, attach the straps there, and make sure that I place them right on top of the other one so everything is even. Now I'm going to go over to the sewing machine and basically make a box with a straight stitch, and then I can sew a diagonal stitch from one corner of the box to the other. That's going to keep my straps nice and secure. You can also do an X if you like, but I stopped there. All right, so we have washed our bag and now it looks like this. I do want to go in by hand and pull some more of these strings so I have more white string showing. So I'm not done with that, but we need a little something something for decoration for the bag. So I wanted to say aloha. And so this is like a fabric. It's not vinyl, it's like a fabric. It's kind of soft. So I peeled off the letters individually rather than using the transfer tape, and because they were super big and I didn't need to go through the whole transfer tape thing, and it was onto fabric. But I decided to use an iron because I tested it out, found out the iron worked just fine on the test. But then please. Please, I can cut off a little bit, but duplicate that shape. All right, so the lesson here is do not rub the iron. Don't rub the iron. Place the iron and lift it up. Don't rub it. Do it the same way you would the Cricut Easy Press or a heat press. I accept my consequences. Aloha, ha, ha. Oh gosh, but I love it. Alrighty, let's go to Hawaii. All right, it is it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I just got to the airport. My flight leaves at 5:55, so we should be boarding soon. And I am taking a flight to Phoenix. So like a 2-hour flight and then a 7-hour flight to Honolulu. This bag was an amazing choice for this trip because I was able to use it during travel to carry my blanket. And then I was also able to use it when I got there. We went on a hike to Lakeke Falls.
Look at what my baby's wearing. She want to be sexy in the jungle.
This is baby's first hike.
Black people fell through trees. It's called slave time.
And it was absolutely gorgeous. We were trying our best not to fall because it was a hike with elevation.
See, there you go. I got that one. Yep, slip and slide.
You good?
Yeah.
And tree roots, it was amazing. And it was only like a 20-minute hike. I have hiked Diamond Head. If you are not used to hiking, I would definitely recommend doing this one before you do Diamond Head. And of course, this was an amazing beach bag. Unfortunately, when we went to the beach, it was quite cold and it was about to rain. So we really didn't stay that much that day, but we enjoyed ourselves nonetheless. All right, we are in, what is this, Magic Island?
Almost 14 hours without sleep, straight up 14 hours. Because my baby said that we needed to go. So I got off from work after a 12-hour shift. They say happy wife, happy life, but they don't have nothing for us as men.
Oh.
Just don't.
That don't start. After we left there, we went and signed up to go parasailing the next day. And the bag, of course, went with us parasailing. We, of course, did the extreme 1,200 feet in the air, and I would highly recommend it. We survived. And he's still awake.
Yeah.
Overall, we had an amazing time, and I appreciate you guys going along on this journey with me. I know we're all looking forward to planning warm trips, especially in all of this cold weather. If you love this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see what we do next, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.